Welcome back everyone to my low-level playthrough of Chrono Trigger on the Wii Virtual Console. We're in the future here and we're going to visit that dome that Marle pictured, that GC recognized from visiting in the past, even though we did not visit this dome at all. We did visit these swords though, so as before we want to just avoid touching anything here because it triggers a battle with these mermen, basically, these nereids. I just wanted to show off this one here, even the save point is a trick. So after this we're going to, main reason we end up stopping going through here is there's a boss encounter, so Crawley, but at this point he's just going to be a joke. We can beat him with a dual tech from Chrono and Aelia, and then a critical hit with Frog. Frog has the Hero's Medal equipped, so he has an increased chance of doing critical hits. Mammon is still his best weapon. It'll be his best weapon at the end game, but there'll be a few swords in between that are better. The Mammon will receive a power up if you do his relevant side quest. This is Sir Crawley. Yeah, he's a pretty easy boss. Like I said, especially now at our power level. Not necessarily because of our levels, but because of our equipment. Switch off a dual tech here. And Frog will finish him off with that Mammon critical. He only has 600 hit points. So he's pretty tough, I guess, the first time if you were going through the swords when you first got to the future. He has an attack that takes you down to 1 hit point. That's going to be a pretty common attack. Well, not necessarily common, but several bosses will use an attack like that, including those news. We'll have a fight with 6 news later on. So this is Death Peak. It's a very important dungeon later on in the game. It's optional, but it's really, I was gonna say it's really important to do, but if you want to basically 100% the game, yeah. There's a new creature right there. Here's where we're gonna get a big plot dump. I'm going to put Robo and Luca in because we're dealing with a lot of stuff in the future. They probably have the best dialogue dealing with futuristic stuff. Unfortunately, these ain't tabs. They're like little recordings. So this is Balthazar, the Guru of Reason from Zeal. And he somehow ended up in the future. He tells us all what he knows about Lavos. So Lavos was summoned away a wizard in 600 AD that was Magus. Lavos lives on top of that mountain that we just went to. The only way we're able to defeat Lavos is if we basically master time. And this invention here is his final gift to help whoever opened the door master time. This is a time machine. The Wings of Time. How do you get in it? Well, you try to leave, and the new appears with the seats for it. And we learn that Balthazar has downloaded his memory into the new. He basically tells you how to use the epic. And now this is how we'll be able to get back to 1200 BC, even though the prophet has Shala close the gate. So yeah, we'll be able to go to pretty much every single time era. Now I won't be able to really move around too much, because right now the epic just teleports to a set place in all the maps. Later on, the Epic will be upgraded and basically become like the airship of the game. It allows us to fly around the entire world, just like those dactyls that just fly around the entire world in 65 million BC. When I traveled back to the 600 AD, because of all these black boxes. Now, you want to open them in 600 AD, but you don't want to take the contents out. And then you want to pick up the contents in 1000 AD, and then they'll get an upgrade, and then you can come back and pick the contents up here in 600 AD. But you only get the upgrade if you open the box in the past, but don't take the item out. So there's two in the mayor's house there. There's one in Guardia Castle, and then there's one in Truce Inn. So I'm gonna go do that here. And these are basically the vests and mails, and they basically what happens is you wear the color vest or mail, and you will absorb that element's property. Now, the mails have better defensive power than the vests. So that's one of the reasons why you don't want to just, you want to open the box in the past and not take them. If you don't open the box in the past and say go back to the present and take them, you would just get a vest. So you'd end up with two vests. And like I said, the vest has less defensive power than the mail. And it also has less healing power. So if you're wearing like the blue mail and someone hits you with an ice attack for 100 damage, you'll get 100 hit points back. If you're wearing the blue vest, you only get 50 hit points back. So the healing is only half. And there'll be one for each of the elements. Red for fire, black for shadow, white for lightning, and then the blue for ice and water. And not only does that healing be really, really helpful, but the mail is actually your best armor in terms of defensive power. We still have a few armors that will be better than the vests in terms of defensive power, but that healing will make us want to use the vests instead. So because we told that lady back in Zeal to plant that plant, that sinkhole there appears. That's going to be a side quest to get the green dream. It's an accessory that automatically revives you, and that'll be necessary to defeat Lavos in game. So now I'm going to collect the mails here. And when we head down here, we're going to blow some money. I say blow because you don't really have to buy this yet. Actually, by buying it now, we're actually wasting the money. But there's a shop down here that sells jerky, and that jerky is for a side quest. But we can also get some extra dialogue if we buy it now before we head to Guardia Castle. And I'll tell you about that then. Yeah, let's buy the jerky. Like I said, money though ain't gonna be much of a problem because, like I said, we'll be doing tech point farming. Yoink. So here are those two boxes. There's also another box down there to pick up. And we got the black mail and the white mail. So I'm going to give the mails to the person with the opposite element, because they tend to take extra damage from the opposite element. So like Chrono's lightning, so he takes extra damage from shadow. Robo's shadow, so he'll take extra damage from lightning. Luca is fire, so he'll take extra damage from water. Frog and Marle are ice and water, so they will take extra damage from fire. And Elia is actually fire, even though she doesn't really have an element. But people looked at the code of the game, and they determined that she has a little bit of resistance to fire. I guess it makes sense in a sense maybe because La, if you remember when she named Lavos, she said La is for her word for fire. So maybe A means like little fire, or. But I just want to show this thing off here. This is Lucas Robo Gatto. If you're doing normally exploring the Millennial Fair here, you probably would have fought Gatto. We didn't fight him because he gives experience. The main point you want to fight Gatto is because he gives silver points. You can have the silver. You can have up to 200 silver points at a time, and those silver points, like I said, you can use to get certain things at the fair here. If I was doing a 100% game, I'd probably do some tech point grinding on Gatto, because I'll also have to be grinding silver points off of him. You can also win silver points betting on that race, but I'll play the mini games later on in a future episode. We can head back into this vortex here that takes us to Medina Village. There's something over here in Medina Village that we want, or near Medina Village. And there's also one of those black boxes in this cave here. So we definitely want to pick it up. So in Zeal we saw that blue pyramid. Well, the blue pyramid is available here now. And it's going to contain one of the guru's treasures, 2 of his treasures. But you're only allowed to get 1, so it's kind of like that chicken and brave knife scenario in Final Fantasy V. We did all those 4-job fiestas for. And you can only take 1. 1 is a weapon, and the other is a helmet, a safe helm. The weapon will be outclassed much later on. There's a lot of weapons better than it. Where the safe helm is actually a pretty good helmet. It has pretty good defensive power, and it also automatically installs the shield status on you, which lowers physical attacks, their damage by 1/3. So I'm going to give that to Aelia. She's still going to be seeing a lot of use in our party because she's high level, and 2, she's going to get that charm technique. So we're going to be farming all those tech points. The website, the Cutting Room Floor, talks about things that were cut from movies and games, and apparently that was supposed to be a dungeon, but I guess they ran out of time and space to develop it. It was supposed to be, I guess, a dungeon. That was supposed to unlock a special dungeon. But let's just head back through this dungeon here. Like I said, there's one of those black boxes to pick up. This doesn't have if there isn't like a corresponding box in a future timeline, they just automatically let you pick the box. So like we automatically got this box here, we automatically got the box back in the Magic Cave in 600 AD. So we get 2 items, the wall ring and the dash ring. Dash ring is even better than the speed belt. The speed belt gives you +2 speed, dash ring gives you +3 speed. So, speed very important. Like I said, since speed maxed out at 16, that +3 is a really good boost percentage-wise. Alrighty, let's head back to our Epic Time Machine. I'll go through Guardian Forest Hill. I forgot to go through that addition place yet. And this basically unlocks Marle's side quest later on. We're going to have to go back from the end of time back to that field over there, because remember there was a black box over there that we want to pick up. But the only way to get to that field there, I showed you there, it's blocked by like rubble. The only way to get it is to use that time portal back at the end of time. So here the Chancellor is spreading some deception, basically to further break down the relationship of Marle and the King. And this is why I got that jerky, to get like an extra scene. And it also gives a little teleport out of the castle. Of course, the first thing we want to do in the castle is basically loot it. We didn't really get to explore the castle when we came through it the first time, because when we were going through it, that was when Chrono was escaping from his trial. And there's some pretty good items in the castle here I'm going to pick up. So we'll go to the princess's side first. Hyper Ether, that totally refills your magic points. And this is Marle's room, or Princess Nadia's room. Those are 3 different tutors. A Mega Elixir. Also a key item to defeating Lavos at low level. Luckily there's some enemies that we can charm them off of later on. Yeah, charm is a really, really powerful ability for getting important equipment and items. This way. Another elixir. Fills up magic points and hit points to max on one character. The Mega Elixir does it for the entire party. There's the red male now. That frog. He's our best water character. And if you have the Jokey here, you get this scene where we try to reconcile with the king. Just go down a little bit. So we have the Jokey in our inventory there. It'll disappear after this little speech here. And I think I say, what's that? If you have the Jokey, Marle gives the king the Jokey. She's like, this is your favorite. But then he's like, wait a minute, I have high cholesterol, you're trying to kill me. And then he boots us out of here. So yeah, just a little odd scene that you normally wouldn't get. Normally you don't usually get that joke until you want to do the side quest later on. But like I said, we're not worried about money, so it's all good. Yeah, see, Jokey's gone now. And let's leave this time period here. Go back and grab our epic. This right now you see is the desert. If you complete that side quest in 600 AD where there's that sinkhole, that'll actually turn into a big forest. And we'll be able to buy some special items. You don't have to do that side quest until very later in the game. I'll probably do it a little early though, just because there's a lot of tech points. You can get a lot of tech points out of it. And it's possible to beat, so let's head back to the Elder's house here and get the unupgraded vests. So now we got the white vest and the black vest. We can head to Truce Inn now and get the blue vest. And we can give that to Luca. And then the red vest we can give to Marle. So I'm surprised that nobody has looted this, because we basically opened the box. Opened the house inside. We opened the box, we just didn't take what was in it. So we unlocked it, but I guess people are very honest back in these days. I said that will go to Luca. Like I said, she takes more damage from water. Yeah, see, it says it absorbs 50% of the hits, so basically what that means is that basically gives you 50% of the healing instead of taking damage. Let's make a save here, and then we'll get the stuff in the castle in the next episode. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Bye.